sometimes there's not even, because it's not in my body anymore, there's not even physical attraction. It's not even that my body has a longing anymore to merge with another body sexually, because I have, I don't want to say reprogrammed it, because that's not true. I have not reprogrammed it. I have been present with that urge, with that base addiction, really. What it is an addiction. It's like an addiction to meat, an addiction to an unhealthy food, or a drug. When the impulse comes, it's like that. There's like a desire, but when you think about it, it has nothing to do with the heart. It has nothing to do with you and that person belong together, and because of your love for each other, you naturally come together and merge. But it's not being driven by desire. That doesn't mean that there is not incredible pleasure. In fact, the pleasure is much, much greater, because the capacity for sharing light streams, for sharing deeper, not just into the physical body, and in that physical body, centered in the first chakra, but including that, but way beyond that, into the finer, subtler bodies. So there's way, 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 way more space and way more interfacing to share, way more waves to share. And in love, they become all shareable. And so you connect to a much greater torus. So you make love not just on the level of the physicality, of the gross matter, of the tip of the iceberg of the expression of yourself, but all the way, through your twin soul, through your through definitely your incarnate, your soul, but then also beyond that, into the twin, into the monad, possibly even, yes. So, and as there is that opening into your higher self, all the way from the physical and all the way to the physical, in this sharing of love through the heart, a lot of then opening in your mind occurs to a deeper understanding of who you are. And this is only available when we are not stuck in the base desire, and the base desire that has been conditioned to be fulfilled in one way, in the first chakra. And not only that, but that has been spinning, and that the turn of that desire is in the inverted, so that the climax mostly only happens in the first chakra of the physical body, which is the most limited way. And not only that, but it also is then taking energy away. It is depleting whatever it is connected to, whatever it is then running current-wise, it is bringing it, depleting it into even denser realities. It is sending that energy into denser realities. Even though also some of it, goes to the partner and vice versa. And if you are, to the degree that you are connected into your heart, it will also be taken up. So your energy for yourself, also some of it will be taken up. Your energy going to your partner, some of it will be picked up. And what comes from him to you, some of it will be picked up. But these are crumbs compared to, and we've been living off of these crumbs. Always, always kept wanting, because even if it was, let's say, the best experience on that level, it's like it's never enough, because it's cut off, it's so limited. And however you get in touch with is, there's more. And there's this, anyways, where the deepest longing comes from, it's not even on a physical level, is, or let's say the physical level is driven by the true longing of the longing for yourself, is the longing for your soul. Because that's where that comes from, that you long for another, even though the physical addiction is a real physical addiction, just like any addiction to drugs or food is also ultimately always begins in the spiritual, and is a spiritual longing to be fulfilled by yourself. And that means to know yourself as yourself, to know yourself, to be aware of yourself, to run the currents of yourself, all of them, at least all of them from your soul, from your individual soul that is incarnate. That is also our salvation, and that is also our healing. That is what rectifies everything, puts everything back into perspective and reconciles our stories. Okay. So by being present with that conditioned physical desire that the body has, it's like almost it has a life of its own that the body has or has had. And just in the same way that you have been liberating yourself from the addiction to other substances, be it food, drugs, always with love and presence when the impulse comes. Never to scold yourself or think, to judge yourself when you fall for it again or when you want it. Just be present with your love while you are indulging. That's all. Be present with your love. Love yourself while you are indulging. And when you're already there doing that, you're already aware that it's not something that you actually want to entertain. It's not a lifestyle that you want to continue in that way. It's not what you want to be entertaining and be indulging. You want to be free, actually, because you want to be able to choose, able to say, no, I don't want that anymore, because I know it doesn't serve me. It does not serve my light. It does not serve my awakening. It does not serve my well-being. And that's where you want to get to. You want to get to that you are truly free of, that the impulse and the desire has power over you. Over your true will. Then your will is not free. You want to have a free will. And it has never worked to deny yourself, to deny your longing, to deny your desire, your physical desire. That has always backfired. Because it comes also with judgment. And it comes with staying unconscious. And this is the key. It can only have a hold on you where you are unconscious. Where the physical sensations, the impulses, are active within unconsciousness. So they are stronger than you. They are stronger than where your will is not free, and that is where you are unconscious to your true self. Because your true self does not have those desires. And you could say, well, that's because my true self, my soul, doesn't have a body. Of course it has a body. It has this same body. It is only where it is unconscious to itself that these programs of the conditioning of the body and the mind are stronger than the soul. So we guided you to hold space, hold loving space for these impulses. And you understood, you understood, you got it, and you did. And you can see the transformation that has come from it, the liberation that has come from it. So maybe there is still that conditioning in the mind of the old paradigm that would say, oh yeah, well, for one, it may say you're suppressing your physical desire. No, you're not. It's just not there anymore. And the other storyline may be, well, you're at that age, you know, you're just losing your mojo. Yeah. And you can see for yourself, does that resonate? Is that what is happening? Are you losing that? Or is it because you're at that age where the body is not interested in, or what interested, okay. The body is not, and I can't even go there, I'm noticing, because this is all old conditioning. So what I wanted to say is that the body is not geared towards procreation anymore, which even that's changing. Yeah. Because the body is also an expression of consciousness or unconsciousness and our conditioning. And that is, the consciousness, respectively unconsciousness conditioning, is what shapes and forms the DNA. So through awakening of consciousness, DNA opens up, unlocks, activates, or the other way around. It's always both at the same time. Think about the vortices in the inside of a torus. It's always both sides. It's always a feedback, a vice versa feedback loop. And it's not a loop. Feedback stream, yeah. So at the same time, DNA activates through the sound vibrations of your field, which then also activates and awakens your mind. And it is one expression